That's right, people! It's time for Challenge of Masters! All in lowercase letters, which says that this level is going to be a doozy, ain't it? Totally, that's obviously what it's trying to say right there. Anyway, Challenge of Masters! Or Challenge of the Masters for Quake! Is made by Scott McNutt, whom I actually recognize the name of. That's actually a name we have heard. And so therefore, this is actually the second level I've actually seen by this guy. He's also made Tower of Death. So yeah, Tower of Death, and now Challenge of Masters, or Challenge of the Masters. And it's a deathmatch level, only deathmatch. And yeah, it's a relatively big level. It supports up to 16 players, so relatively big. And yeah, it's a small but tight deathmatch level for Quake. It basically includes tons of angled ramps for you to drop grenades on unsuspecting foes below while they exchange rocket fire on you. Teleporters whisk you speedily to the second floor, where you will have the advantage to dish out your carnage. Fast and furious action. A bloodfest! Yeah, actually, while it has 16 deathmatch starts, it's really meant for 2 to 6 players. So, yeah. Not too much, big. But yeah, anyway, let's see here. He's also gives credits to Great Master Lawrence and Daryl Man. So anyway, check out all his different cool Doom 2, Heretic, Hetson 2, and Quake stuff. So, yeah, needless to say, lots of different things were being advertised and whatnot. Hetson 2. That's curious to see. Hetson 2 hasn't been released yet, so what in God's name are you talking about? I think that's a typo, because Hetson 2 hasn't been released. That would be kind of curious. Yeah, Hetson 2 hasn't been released, has it? I don't think so. I don't think Hetson 2 was 1996. I thought that was like 97 or so. Yeah. It was developed in 1996, so it would be really curious to see it here. But yeah, nothing really fancy. And yeah, he's made a lot of different levels. Lots of different levels for different games. He's made stuff for Duke Nukem, Hetson, Heretic, Doom 2. So yeah, basically just a lot of different levels, an overwhelming number of different levels. So yeah, go and look them all up. So many different levels. And yeah, it may not be distributed for commercial purposes. If you paid to get this level, you're being ripped off, and so am I. So yeah, let's see here. You may be able to redistribute as long as it remains whole, blah blah blah. It's basically appears as is. Everything that we don't really care about. So let's actually just get to what we cared about, which is Challenge of Masters, or Challenge of the Masters for Quake. Either way, really, we're getting some challenging master quakiness. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's COM, almost like a website.com, and it brings you death! Yeah, totally. That's exciting, right? Yeah, totally. Let's load this thing up. Come! Challenge of the Masters! We can do this. We can play at the Challenger level with the Quake music playing in the background. That says this will be grandiose and epic. So you see there's a giant grandiose arena. Shells and stuff. Wonder if this is just all the level is. It's just one giant ring surrounding the central area, and that's pretty much it. This might be the entire level, people. If that's the case, we have in for a really quick one. But yeah, you get some ramps here. This leads all around creation. Let's run around. Yay! I'm running! I'm running, everybody! Can you believe it? I'm running! This is exciting, right? Totally. I'm having the fun of my life. Nobody can have as much fun as me. Okay, let's see here. Here's a rocket launcher and a teleporter. There seems to be 2 teleporters, one on each side. Challenge of Masters. for resources underneath each ramps. Definitely gonna have fun documenting all this. Yeah, it's gonna be fun just because of how symmetrical the design seems to be, while not. So let's see here. We have that. That's really tedious and annoying and pointless. Let's come in the middle area. Just a giant open area for people to duke it out. Here's an elevator that leads to the second floor. How in God's name did I miss this? It's a grenade launcher. Overlooking one of the areas. Yeah, see, these sides are actually ramps. These sides are just platforms overlooking the others. So, that's all this is. Let's head down. We still have 2 teleporters. Where do these lead? These lead anywhere important? I see, so they just lead to the tops of the ramps. So if I did like this one, you just get to like this top of this ramp. See, another exciting. Where this is all the level is. It's just one giant open area where you can duke it out to the end of time. Yeah, like I said, really minuscule level in the grand scheme of things. Though the level name sounds a lot more fancy than it really is. And the level size is actually relatively big. I expected something a lot more than we kind of saw here. I'm really surprised. It's like most of what is in here is all lights. Like, that's what really filled it up, was lights and spawn locations. So needless to say, not really the most fancy of levels, not really the most exciting either, but it's a thing, it's a level, it existed, and we got to check it out. And it's another level by Scott McNutt, who also did, like I said, Tower of Death. So, we're seeing a level made by someone who made another level, which is always a nice little thing to get that type of connection, if you will. And as we keep going on, hopefully we'll get more and more connections and more levels tied to each other. So until next time, thank you all for watching. It's been the adventure, and wait a minute, did we ever get, like, information on what exactly the editor was? Yeah, this is in the last level. Actually, lately, for some reason, I haven't been getting much information on what editors were used. So if you haven't been wondering why I haven't really documented that, that's kind of why. Because they haven't actually been telling me anything for some reason. But that's aside the point. Thank y'all for watching. As I was saying, it's been really pointless, and I guess I'll see you all, well, hopefully in something else.